Hi, I'm Connecticut personal injury attorney Ryan McKean, and I'm here to talk to you today about the 7 questions to ask when you hire a Connecticut COVID-19 workers' compensation lawyer. The number one question you should ask is, does the firm and lawyer carry malpractice insurance? Lawyers are human, lawyers make mistakes, and they should have insurance to cover those mistakes. Make no mistake about it, malpractice insurance protects clients in the event of a lawyer making a mistake. There's no requirement to disclose this in Connecticut, and there's no requirement to carry malpractice insurance. So you want to make sure that you get a straight answer to the question as to whether or not the firm you are hiring has malpractice insurance. Number 2 is you really want to know how the firm works, or if this is a solo attorney or a firm, because the COVID-19 workers' compensation claims could go on for a very long time. And, lawyers may leave, they may take different jobs. How are the files managed? Is there reporting? Are things documented? Are documents stored in a way that they're easily accessible by other team members? You're really going to want to know, or is your case not going to be supported? Does the firm have paralegal assistance for you? Do they have reception assistance? You're really going to want to ask some basic questions about how the firm runs its business. Number 3, because these cases could go on for a very long time, and sometimes there may be nothing going on in your case for years maybe. You really want to know what the firm's communication policy is. How often are they going to be reaching out to you? Or are you going to always have to wonder, what's going on in my case? You really want to ask about the firm's communication policy. Number 4 is, will you fight a workers' compensation claim? Will you fight a contested claim? There are uncontested claims, which tend to be a lot easier for firms, but is the firm willing to really stand up for you, get the experts, and fight a contested claim? Because it's reasonable to anticipate a lot of the COVID-19 claims are going to be contested in one way or another as to whether or not somebody had the virus or whether or not they got the virus at work. Number 5 is a little tricky. You want to ask if you can bring a lawsuit. Most of the time, claims by an employee suing an employer are barred by law. They're barred by workers' compensation law. But there are exceptions to that law. And you're really going to want to ask your attorney this question, does my claim fall within the Suarez exception? Which is essentially, has the conduct of the employer been so negligent, so reckless, that it exposes them to civil liability? Because workers' compensation only provides for disability, for lost wages, for medical bills. It doesn't provide for pain and suffering. So you're going to want to know, can you bring a personal injury lawsuit in this kind of case? Number 6 is, piggybacks on number 5. These cases may be expensive to fund. You may need life care planners who are going to talk about the need for future care. You may need immunologists or epidemiologists to come in and testify. Is the firm willing to put in the kind of resource that's necessary in a very serious COVID-19 workers' compensation claim? And number 7 is, does the firm handle workers' compensation cases? Because these claims are going to be hard fought, contested, and potentially very, very serious and have very lasting impacts on people's lives. You're probably not going to want to hire the lawyer who did your real estate closing to do this, or the lawyer who may have done your divorce. You want a firm that focuses specifically on injury and workers' compensation work, fighting for you in these kinds of cases. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me, 860-471-8333. Our phones are always answered 24/7, and our attorneys are on call.